Hello, ladies and gentlemen, January the 2nd, and if you're here, if you're looking at this replay, you're in for a treat. This is the second day of 2015, and I can guarantee you 2015 is going to totally rock. 2014 was good. 2015 is going to be even better. I'm going to talk to you some about myself. I've also got a partner here, Gloria Gunn, who is not currently on the webinar, but she should be showing up fairly soon. And I was explaining before we started the recording, I've got a bit of a cold, so I'm going to have to mute myself every once in a while, sneeze, etc., but I will get through this thing, and you're going to learn quite a bit. So let me start off talking about myself just for a moment, not to the point of boredom, but just to kind of let you know who I am, where I came from, why I'm here, what I'm talking about. Lee Cole, in my mid-50s. I was a high school math teacher up until several years ago when I had what I call my inner entrepreneur, which means that I just had this massive urge to start a business. I had been building and selling websites and also doing affiliate marketing for many years. I've been an Amazon affiliate for years and years and years. And I was basically supplementing my teaching income doing that. I decided to quit that job and start a business, something I'd always wanted to do, and guess what? It worked really, really well. I still run that business. It's morphed into some other things, but still the basic core business. Still works really well. But about a year and a half ago, I woke up and I was just like one morning just sitting there thinking, this is great. I wonder what's missing. And long story short, I realized that what was missing was I was not creating an asset. I had created a great business, but like virtually all small businesses, it was built on my personality. It was built on me running the company. It was built on me doing the things that I am really good at doing. And if I wasn't going to be here doing that, guess what? The money didn't flow. And I realized, you know what, I got to change that. So I investigated a lot of possible solutions to that. I've got good friends who've been real estate investors for decades. Got another friend who's a professional trader in the stock market, not working for Wall Street or anything like that, just doing it for himself. It has been for a long time. Got other people that do other kinds of businesses. So I talked to a lot of people, did a lot of research, and I came up with what I'm going to show you today. So let's get rolling and see what in the world Lee is talking about. What I'm talking about is a company that I was introduced to this summer. It was actually July the 29th when I signed up for this, when I became a member of this, when I started doing this. It's called Lioness. You also might have heard of it under the name of Lioness. Odd that you would have two names for the same business. I liken it to two facets of a diamond. Lioness is more the consumer side. Lioness is the business builder side. Basically, Lioness is a company out of Austria. We're going to look at a little bit of their history in a little while. They've been around for 12 years, 3 years in the United States. They're growing like wildfire. And hang on just one second, got something I got to attend to with the webinar. No, we're fine. Excuse me. They're growing like wildfire in the United States. And this is going to, it has been in Europe, it is in many other countries. I think they're in 46 countries now. And again, just got here to the United States about 3 years ago. This is representing a huge economic shift. Those are big words, I realize that. They've got a very disruptive technology. And with this, and I know I'm speaking very generally, I'm going to get down to brass tacks in just a minute, but with this, you can create intelligently and consistently over a reasonable period of time. You can create a lifetime income with this company, and that is what I'm doing. Again, Lioness and Lioness. Lioness is the consumer side. Lioness is the side for business builders or entrepreneurs like me. essentially what Lioness is. It is a global shopping community. I use Lioness as a shopper, as a consumer spending money. I use Lioness every week, and I save money doing that. Let's talk about what happens from a consumer's point of view. So, again, it's a global shopping community. When I buy stuff, I get money back with every purchase. So I just went to CVS today. I ran that through my Lioness money. Guess what? I made money on the money that I spent. CVS is a drugstore. I made money on the money that I spent at CVS. My son was just in here just before the webinar started. He wants to buy a really fancy computer through Best Buy. I'll run that through Lioness. I will make money on the money that I spend. In other words, I get some cash back when I spend money. Now you're probably thinking, well, Lee, you know what? You can do that with Visa. You can do that with MasterCard. You can do that with Discover. True. But there are lots of other things going on here that you can't do with those. Let me explain that to you. So, through Lioness, the shopping community, make money back with every purchase. You get shopping points, and I'm not going to go into the details of this. I'll send you some information if you're interested. But the shopping points accrue, and the shopping points become worth a massive amount of money over time. And my favorite part is you get paid when other people shop. So if you refer people into the Lioness system, they go out, let's say they have a son who wants to buy a computer at Best Buy. So they go spend $500 on a computer at Best Buy. Guess who's going to make money? Yeah, you are. It was so cool over Christmas. I got my phone out, logged in one day, looked at it, showed it to one of my other kids and said, guess what? Daddy just made some more money off of other people's shopping. It is really, really cool. That in and of itself is the consumer side of Lioness/Annette. But if you want to go big with this, and this is really what I heard this summer when I was talking to the person that brought me into this company, a gentleman named Don Ketterhagen. This is what I heard. You can work intelligently, you can work consistently. I don't do this full time, frankly. I do this part time because, like I said, I got a whole nother business to run. But if you do this on a consistent basis, you can build a big team of people, of shoppers, and of business builders inside of Lioness. And that is building an asset for yourself. See, that starts to answer that question that I was asking myself earlier of, yeah, I got the business going, now what? Where's the asset, right? Where's the thing that's going to pay me when I decide to retire, et cetera, et cetera. You can benefit from people shopping globally. One of our newest members in my team just went to Europe, and guess what? He's out there spending money, and I'm making money on the money he spends. Like Annette, if you want to go big with this, they have very exciting car bonuses, trips, lots of cool things like that. I'm going to touch on that a little bit in this presentation. But what I saw, and I'm just telling you what I saw. I'm not making any promises or anything like that. I'm just telling you what Lee saw. What I saw is a serious income potential in Like Annette. By serious income potential. Let me define that, because I think sometimes in these opportunities in these companies, people say, yeah, join the company, you're going to be driving around in a Mercedes-Benz in 2 months. That's not what I'm talking about. That's unrealistic. It may happen once in a blue moon, but it doesn't happen to your average person. It doesn't even happen to your average person who gets to work and tries to make it happen. What I saw was and I'm just being totally upfront with you with where my mind and heart was when I saw this, and this is exactly what is happening to me. I saw if I work intelligently for a year, 2, 3 years, something like that, then I will build an income. Okay? The way these businesses work, they're exponential. You get less out of it at first and much more out of it later on after you build the foundation. That's what I saw. And again, I want to be really upfront with you about this. I don't want this to be some sort of a hypey thing. I want it to just be good, solid information. And you can decide if you're in or not, or don't care, or want to delay the decision later on, or never make the decision. Either way, I'm just trying to clue you in on something that I found, which is working for me. Talk about Lioness a little more. Again, reiterate this. It's the world's largest shopping community. Everybody benefits from it. And that when you bring people in, it's free to join, by the way. When you refer people and they shop, You get paid, but guess what? They're making money too. They are making 2, 3, 4, 5% back on their purchase. Hang on a sec. I got to take a little swig of water. And again, I apologize for being a little bit under the weather. We've got this lingering flu/cold thing that a lot of people have had this Christmas. So you bring somebody into Lioness, you tell them about it. They say, hey, this is cool. It's free to join. I think I'll do it. They shop. They make money. But guess what? You make money too. They get shopping points. They get cash back. You get the money that you get. That's what we call a friendship bonus. That's what we mean by everybody benefits. So this is another thing that was really cool when Don explained Lioness to me. You know, in so many companies like that, you have to substitute. You have to either buy something that you never wanted in the first place. And I'm not knocking anything, okay? Some powder, some juice, some gel that's going to make you live to be 140. Or if you're my age, it's going to make your skin look like you're 22 or something like that. And some of those products are great. They have some really great products out there. With Lioness, you don't have to substitute product. You don't have to buy something that you weren't going to buy. You don't have to get some, do something you weren't going to do. There's no auto ship, okay, if you're familiar with these kinds of companies. It's just here to use to save you money. You just go about your business. You buy the cars you normally buy. You shop and buy the groceries you normally buy. You go to the clothing stores you normally go to. I've always gone to CVS, the pharmacy. Now I go to CVS and use my Lioness money. In other words, you're making money on money that you're already spending 99% of the times at the same places that you were already spending it. That's how powerful this is. So you get to shop at brand name stores, so this is not like you have to buy through our catalog of weirdo knockoffs. No. In-store and my favorite, online shopping, because I really do not like getting in the car. I work at home and have worked at home for several years. I really do not like to get in the car and go shopping. Big push towards small to medium local businesses. That is a big push of Lioness right now in the United States. They have a new thing called the Lioness Loyalty Mall, which I'm not going to explain too much about it because it's just brand new, straight out of the box. But bottom line is, when you say shopping, I always use this analogy. If you've ever been taken a plane flight, which I'm sure most of you have, they have the in-flight magazine, and it's got all these deals and all this stuff, and it's stuff you would never buy anyway. And so you can get 80% off of a really expensive watch that you didn't want in the first place. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you buying gas for your car. I'm talking about I live in the southern part of the United States. We heat our homes with natural gas. Usually, I can buy my natural gas through Lioness. I can buy my medications and other stuff. Well, today it was bubble gum at CVS. I can buy my groceries at Kroger. I can do all of that stuff. Run it through Lioness. Make 2, 3, 4, 5% back on my money. I can refer people into it. I can make money off of their shopping, and I can build wealth by building a team and accruing shopping points. It gets better because this year, we're not exactly sure when, and I'm not going to say it's going to be the first part of this year, middle of the year, last part of the year. I don't know. I don't really care because I got the vision for what this is going to do for me. I understand the company. The Lioness MasterCard. Lioness is co-branding a MasterCard. This is the first time the MasterCard has ever co-branded a card with any entity other than a bank. This is huge. This is going to streamline the shopping experience. This is also going to do what I call, in the United States at least, it's going to get Lioness into consumer consciousness. Now Lioness is already in consumer consciousness in the rest of the world. Maybe not everywhere in the rest of the world, but in a lot of places. I was talking to a friend of mine, one of my business partners in the UK, who said, have you ever heard of Lioness? Oh yeah, I've heard of Lioness. If I ask the same question to a friend here in the United States, they haven't heard of Lioness. That's a good thing, by the way, because you're getting in ahead of the big wave. Once that MasterCard starts to hit, followed by consumer advertising, Linus is going to take off. Again, this is what I feel. I can't tell you what's necessarily going to happen. I'm just sharing with you what I see. Now, with Lioness merchants, you get up to 5% cash back, shopping points and shopping deals, and the friendship bonus, which is money that you make off of other people's shopping. I love that part. I love logging on to my app on my phone and thinking, doggone it, I just made some more money. I have no clue as to who did the shopping, but somebody did shopping. I made money. I mean, man, that is really cool when you're making money for something you didn't even have anything to do with. That MasterCard hits, you've got 36 million points of acceptance, and again, streamlines the shopping for everybody. This little graphic just shows you, just kind of sums up what we've been talking about. Lioness Shopping, you can buy your normal stuff. Go on vacations, buy plane tickets, buy a car, rent a car, buy your food, clothing, furniture, whatever, you know, your electronics. You get up to 5% cash back. That goes back to the bank. When we get the MasterCard, that will go back on the MasterCard too. You'd have that option. And you get shopping points. And those shopping points are very, very, very valuable and redeemable for lots of cool stuff. Let's look at an example. So this is kind of a middle-of-the-road cashback shopping point example. Let's say that you spend $150 with a Lioness loyalty merchant. So let's say I don't spend that much at, well, I would for my son's computer. I would spend a lot more than that. So let's say I spent $150 at Best Buy buying some electronics. And of that $150, I get 2% cash back. So immediately I'm going to get $3 back. And you may think, well, you know, $3, I mean, it's okay. It's not all that much. But guess what? Have you checked interest rates on certificates of deposit lately? This is the first 2 days of 2015. Yeah, they're about 1%. And not only that, but you got to take the money, take it out of circulation, put it in the bank, and then you get your measly little 1% at the end of the year. Well, here you get 2% on money that you're spending that you were going to spend anyway. So that kind of puts that into perspective. So $3, 2% cash back on your $150 purchase, and 8 shopping points. Now these shopping points on average are redeemable for $7.50. Well, not average, minimum. $7.50 minimum per shopping point. See, that gets really cool, because those 8 shopping points at $7.50 a piece are worth $60. So this is kind of mind-blowing. You spend $150 and you total benefits that you created for yourself or $63. That would be really just like you spent $87. Now it comes back to you in different ways. It doesn't all just come back to you as cash immediately. It comes back to you, well, the $3 does, but the $60 doesn't. That accrues for various things, but excuse me. And again, I got cold, so I'm just sort of sniffling my way through this. But that $63 is available for you to use to spend on stuff. So that is really, really cool. That's amazing when you explain that to people. Again, you redeem your shopping points, and we're talking about those 8 shopping points. You redeem your shopping points for deals with loyalty merchants. You can spend them in a store. You can walk in a store and spend them. You can spend them online. There's a bunch of ways that you can spend those. This graphic kind of brings into focus the idea of building a team through Lioness, and you don't have to go big with this, okay? You can go little. You can go big. I'm going big. I'm serious about creating, and I'll share with you what I've done at the end of the webinar. I see this as a big thing, okay? But you could be, I use the example of my sister-in-law. You know, she's not interested in this. She's retired. She's not interested necessarily going big with anything. But, you know, she gets her husband in, she gets her 2 grown sons in, her son gets his wife in, her other son gets his girlfriend in. She builds a little team. She's still making money off of other people shopping. And that is really, really, really cool. I love that concept. Right now, if you are, now, if you're just interested, not just, but if you're interested in this as a consumer, as a shopper, you want to bring your friends in on it, you can do really well doing that. If you happen to be a person, because I know a lot of people who are business consultants, if you happen to be one of those people who knows a lot of business owners, it gets even better. Because right now Lioness is making a major push to get small to medium-sized businesses. They've got a lot of big businesses in the United States in Lioness. CVS, my pharmacy, is a major national chain. Kroger, the grocery store, major national chain. Whereby my gas, major national chain. But they're really interested in getting the mom and pop businesses in. I've been talking to a couple of business owners myself about this and getting the ball rolling here. That is good for the business owner. It's great advertising. It's also good for you because it builds your team a lot faster. If you're interested in this aspect of it, I don't want to focus on this too much, but if you're interested in this aspect of it, I've been working a lot on this myself. I'll be happy to share more details with you at some future time. Another thing, and again, excuse the cold and the sniffling. Another thing that really caught my attention, okay, because, I'm an Eagle Scout. So the Greenfinity program, I love, I'm an environmentalist, Eagle Scout. I love nature. I think it's important that we take care of it. I love the fact that Lioness, through various giving programs, is a really good corporate citizen. That's very important to me. So highlights about Lioness, and then we'll start talking about the business builder aspect of it, like Annette. This is the genius who founded this company, Hubert Friedel. It was founded in Austria in 2003. Right now we're 2015, so we're looking at 12 years old. They're in 45 different companies, 250,000 points of acceptance, businesses where you can spend your Lioness money. Okay. 160 million products and services, 4 million registered members. Yeah, they are a big, big, big corporation. This is not just some little bitty startup somewhere. They have billions of dollars of sale that's free to join and no fees or monthly memberships. This just sort of brings the idea that this is a major global corporation home. Offices in New York, Empire State Building, Miami, offices for Canada, and I think Miami is actually the office for the Americas, for North, Central, and South America. Recently opened up Mexico. It's going to be a huge market in Mexico. Let's talk about Annette. Okay, let's sort of segue from the consumer side to the business builder side. So from the consumer side, again, just to wrap up Lioness, up to 5% cash back plus shopping points and 0.5% of a friendship bonus. Don't scoff at that 0.5%, because you're making money from other people spending money, and that is money that you never owned, but yet you're making half as much as you would with a certificate of deposit on money that you owned and that you had to take out of circulation. This can get huge. But if you really want to go big with this, if you got the vision of what Annette and Lioness can do for you, if you really want to go big with this, this is where my heart is you can make a massive career income with this business, plus some really, really sweet car bonuses. Since I just started talking about you making money, here's the income disclosure statement. I realize it's a little fuzzy here. If you are, you're on the webinar, you're looking at the replay, whatever, you want to know more about the money side of this, please let me know, and I will send you a copy of the income disclosure statement so that we're, just got everything above board and talking, talking the way things need to be talked about in a compliant way. Car bonus program. There are two things I love about this car bonus program. Now again, I've been doing this for 5 months. I do not have a car yet, okay? I'm making progress. I've got 20 some odd people on my team. I'm making money with it. Again, it's exponential. Am I making a lot of money with it? No, I'm not making a lot of money with it. I was telling my son, I said, it's like building a skyscraper. For a long time, you're going to be looking at a giant muddy hole in the ground. I'm in the giant muddy hole, but you got to go through the giant muddy hole phase before you get to the beautiful skyscraper phase. I'm willing to do that. I'm an entrepreneur. Okay, I understand delayed gratification. So if you can get that through your head, and a lot of people can't, and that's okay. You know, that's fine. They're on their path. It's all cool. But if you get that delayed gratification thing through your head and understand, I put money in now to benefit my life for the rest of my life, to benefit my family for forever, or for, you know, whatever forever means. That's what you need in your head. That's what I saw. Car bonus program, I love the fact that it's not just one car. It's not just a BMW. It's not just a Mercedes. And I'm not, you know, saying I dislike either of those cars. They're great cars. I just love the fact that I can choose from 5. Another thing I loved about the car bonus program, a lot of car bonus programs for these type of companies are leases. There's nothing wrong at all with me driving around in a car that someone else is paying the lease for. But to my mind, because I'm like one of these no debt people, it gets even better, because you can use your Lioness car bonus program to buy a car, to pay for the car that you're going to own. I like that idea. I like Lioness paying for my car, and guess what? When the payment is over with, I like the fact that that baby's mine. That's even cooler. Car bonus program starts out at $750 a month and goes up to $4,500 a month for a car. Tesla. Yeah. So, you know, at this point, if you're interested, if you're not interested, it's totally cool. You know, it's not for everybody. But at this point, if you're interested, you got one thing to think about. You don't have to think about anything, but one thing to think about is, am I kind of interested in it from a consumer point of view? Do I want to do some shopping, kind of like my sister-in-law? Do I want to get people in, a few people in, you know, like that? Or do I want to be like Lee? Do I want to be a business builder? Both are essentially the same. It's just a slightly different way that you go about doing it. And it's important that you decide which one you are. Although I do tell people, you know, really you need to get in as Linus shopper first. And you may stay there. You may say, hey, that's totally cool. But and you can get in, become a Lioness marketer for free also. It's not like some ridiculous upsell like with a lot of companies or some companies. You can do that for free also. But it's according to which way you're going. All right. So I always tell people, I say, look, get into Lioness, learn about it, shop with it, save some money with it, get a few people in on it, learn about it like that, and then move your way toward being a business builder if you want. Or if you want to just save some money, cool. It's a great way to save some money. If you want to just make some extra money, it's a great way to make some extra money. There's a whole world of people out there who love their job, or their job's tolerable, or they just need a little bit of extra income coming in. That's totally cool. That's Lioness. If you want to go big, that's like Annette. Both free to join. This is what I saw when Don showed me this, because, you know, I got online and started looking at it, and Don showed me some pictures. This is Austria in 2003. Lioness started with 3 little businesses. Each of these little things represents a business. This is how Hubert Friedel started this. 3 businesses in Austria. Nowhere to spend money. It was just an idea. But this was only 12 years ago. It's grown to look like this. Now, what is even better with this map? I wish this were the interactive map, but it's not. This is just a still slide. Over here, each of these represents one business. Now, that blue dot that I'm pointing out right there, that's not one business. If you get down really granular on the interactive map on your computer dashboard, which you get when you become a Lioness member, you're going to see that that dot is hundreds, potentially hundreds of businesses. In other words, there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of businesses that we're looking at in Europe right now. So in 12 years, Europe went from this to this. And look at all these different countries. Spain, Italy, France, Ireland, United Kingdom, Scandinavia, Poland. Look at all these countries, all with their little different banking laws and all this stuff. So this became this in 12 years. Now watch this. So you wander around Europe, you're going to see evidence of Lioness in consumer advertising. You don't see that in the United States right now. That's a good thing for you and me. Because and I couldn't quite fit the end of the picture, the rest of the picture. This is the northwest of the United States, and I apologize for not having the rest of the picture out here. I need to fix this slide, but this is the northwest of the United States. This is Canada, Vancouver up here. This is Washington State, Oregon, on the top of, where am I? Yeah, Washington, Oregon, top of California and all that. Yeah, I'm just sitting here looking at the map. Yeah, that's Texas. It looks also like my map got squished too. But anyway, it's the same point, you see. So just forgive my map getting squished, but it's the same point. This is what we see now. And these aren't one or two businesses. These are pockets of businesses here, so lots of businesses. And this is not including the big box businesses, the national chains and all that. This is what we see now. You saw what we saw Austria 2003. You saw what we see now. This is what we see now in the United States. What are we going to see in the future? And how long will it be? See, that's what I'm seeing. Okay. Nobody can promise you anything. I'm not making any promises. I'm not trying to be non-compliant or anything like that. I'm just telling you what's on my heart and what I saw when this was explained to me. I said, this is the biggest no-brainer that I will come across in my entire life. So really, that's Lioness / Annette. That's an overview of what it's about. That's an overview of what you can potentially get out of it. You may just walk away saying, Lee, that was cool. Lee, that wasn't cool. If you are interested in this, whether you're here on the webinar tonight or whether you're looking at the replay, if you are interested in this, and you don't have to make a decision. I'm not a hard sell kind of guy. I'm just here to help other people really benefit their lives financially and in other ways. So you want more information, just say, Lee, I need more information. That's cool. I'll send you the income disclosure statement, hop on the phone with you, answer your questions. I will share with you my experiences with Lioness. I will share with you what happened, what I did, what worked, what didn't work, yada yada. Just be totally open with you, where I am, where I'm going, etc., etc. And then you decide if it's for you or not. It's all cool. So if you were brought to this presentation, or if you happen to stumble across this presentation sometime in the future and someone else in Lioness / Annette brought you here, please get back with them. Or at least if you get with me, tell me that someone else brought you here. Okay? That's important to us. All right, so you get back with them, or if you want to talk to me, I'm happy to talk to you, but say, hey, Lee, so-and-so told me to come here. That's why I'm here. That's cool. So, if you decide you want to go with it, then we'll sign you up under whoever brought you here. It's all the same. To you. To them, it's not the same, but to you, it's the same. So I'm sure you understand why I'm kind of laboring that point a little bit. But anyway, here we are, end of the presentation. If you have any questions, let us know. Thank you so much. I hope you have a fabulous 2015, and I really hope that Lioness is part of it. See y'all later.